I got a lot of map submissions for playtesting and really struggled to choose which should be hosted on the server, but I whittled it down to 6. 2 of these I consider decent, reliable diffuse maps that simply require playtesting and tweaking. The other 4 are wildcards. You probably won't see these in operations anytime soon. They could be one-sided or broken in some way, but there was something about these that I liked. Something that transported me back to when I first started playing and mapping for Counter-Strike. You know, like when you join a random server and have a casual game. Maps that you'll suddenly remember in a year or so and be like, oh yeah, that was different. Let's open this up with Ancient Armhouse. This is my favourite sort of map because it really surprised me by how fun it was to play. From the screenshot I expected it to be just another generic, bland warehouse map, but it's really not. It's a hugely vertical map with lots of windows you can jump through. I don't expect it to be that balanced or bug-free, but honestly, I don't care. I think that we'll have fun tearing this one apart. It works because it's fast-paced and compact, and I can't wait to take part in the violent firefights that will take place within this city block. Now for a wildcard. D-Sewage. It's terrifyingly small. All too often, new map makers create a complicated layout with huge, boring open spaces that you have to run across, and it's kind of painful to playtest. But this map is so small, you don't have to worry about all that. You'll spend all of your time fighting. Within just a few rounds, I'd learned the layout and could start mastering the choke points. Don't get me wrong, I don't think that this is going to be accepted into an operation anytime soon, but I think that this serves as a lesson for new mappers. Graham or Agnes isn't that experienced of a mapper, but he, or she, has put what she has learned to good use and has made something worth a couple of minutes of your time. The third map I chose was Ramus. Zellstorm was honest in his comment, upfront about the fact that it's already been playtested in other places, but I still felt that it should be included since it's been faithfully updated for months and still looks like it's at a stage where suggestions can be implemented. You can tell that it's a decent map. It's got a very clean and rational design that you know has potential. I can even see some pretty custom models. I included this one because it looks like a good, reliable choice that we can fall back on if the other maps fail to impress. We'll certainly get some good games out of this one. As maps go, D-Frenzy is alright. It's got a middle area and 2 bomb sites, one either side. It works, but it doesn't feature anything that really makes it stand out. But I've included it because I believe in its maker, Bud, who has already made many revisions to it, and I hope he'll continue to do so from feedback from playtesting. I want you to give him constructive suggestions on how to improve his map in every way, ranging from the graphics and theme, right through to the level design in general and the bomb site layouts. I see this map as a blank slate to build on, and if he lets us, then we, as a community, can help it to develop. I look forward to seeing how different this map is by the end of the week. No pressure, Bud. If every map looked like D-Network at playtesting stage, then the world would be a better place. Despite using placeholder textures for most surfaces, a mixture of artificial and sun lighting has been artfully used to make this map look beautiful, like something out of Mirror's Edge. It all connects together nicely and has a really good atmosphere. It feels like a believable place to me, like a part of Black Mesa or something. Plus, since mapper Flippy Saw has resisted adding unnecessary details, it'll still be easy to change the map in response to feedback. I've tested it with bots, but I don't feel that they accurately represent how people would play the map. For a start, they largely prefer A, which means that I haven't been able to give the rest of this map a fair try. But the quality of this map's design has inspired my confidence, which is particularly impressive when given Flippy Saw's workshop history. I expected it to be filled with amazing maps, but instead there are just a couple of pretty simple looking submissions, especially when compared with this one. Those of you who are looking to create your first diffuse map, please look to this one as a great example of how an early stage diffuse map should look and feel like. And lastly, Cycles, the ultimate wildcard. It's a classic example of a map that's made with very limited mapping experience, with floating platforms everywhere and the whole mountainside being carved out of a single brush. Plus you can fall off this one in countless different ways. Oh, and it's poorly lit, and for some reason the CTs are the ones planting the bomb, with the terrorists defending. It's a hugely ambitious project for somebody with limited mapping experience. It reminds me a little bit of Myst, and I suspect will require a whole redesign if it's ever going to work as a map. But sometimes it's fun to take a break from the endless diffuse maps and to take some time to fall down a mineshaft instead, and Cycles looks to be the map to do it in. There's something beautifully imaginative about first maps, even if they're probably doomed to fail if it's the first map that somebody's worked on. And that's it for now. These 6 maps will be on the server for the rest of the week. If you do get around to playing on these maps, please leave constructive, friendly feedback on the workshop so that the mappers can learn from the experience. And if you want to be part of next week's playtesting, look in this video's description for a link to the Reddit topic. I really wish that I could have included more maps. I was kind of overwhelmed by the number of submissions, so if yours wasn't chosen for this week, don't lose hope. Try again and you might get on next week's collection. As before, post a link to the workshop page along with an explanation of what you hope to get out of having your map playtested. Also, thanks to David Randall for letting me use his music again. Check out his new album in the video's description.